It's going to be quite an interesting one today. I'm going to be reviewing Oppenheimer, which I gotta say, I went to the cinema today. Fantastic film, really, really good. But there's definitely some things that we're going to talk about. And as usual, the way that we do this, we talk about what the film is actually about. So first off, that's the first thing we are going to go ahead and do. During World War II, Lieutenant General Leslie Groves Jr. appoints physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer to work on a top-secret Manhattan project. Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. Their work comes to fruition on July 16, 1945, as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history. So that's what the film is about. That is literally the kind of blurb, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about, to be 100% honest. First off, let's talk about the story. The story was actually good. And it's quite weird because this film is not really an action film. It's, as here described, as a drama/thriller. Me personally, I love action films. I'm very much an action kind of person. It's what I've always loved. It's what I've always kind of preferred watching. So this is a bit of a weird one for me because, you know, this is a drama/thriller. And, you know, there's not really much kind of action or anything like that. However, to say the least, this was still a really good film. You know, with this film, obviously, say in action films, normally there's kind of a bit of suspense, a build-up, and then there's a bunch of action, stuff like that. This film is all about the storyline, and they try to keep it interesting, and they absolutely do that. For this film, a lot of it, I'd say probably about 95% of it was actually really, really good. It was kind of like the last 5%. Just me personally, I felt like it was dragged just a little bit too much. Not to say that the ending was bad. It was a good ending. And in fact, I think the whole film was really good. But I think it's just the ending kind of just dragged a little bit. It's probably the best way to explain it. But in terms of the storyline, very good. Very good. A solid 9 out of 10. I think 9 out of 10 is probably fair. I think it's one of those films that I'm only going to watch once and leave it as that. I don't really think it's going to be a film that I'm going to go back and re-watch. As much as it was very interesting, learning about the kind of science that goes behind all the you know, bombs during World War II. It's very interesting, but I think, like I said, it's just something, it's going to be a one-time viewing experience, and that's it, really. Like I said, though, still a really good film. The storyline was very good, and the fact that, you know, this film is 3 hours, and it kept me entertained for most of the film. Probably the last 10 minutes, like I said, probably it felt pretty dragged out, not gonna lie. But most of it was actually pretty good, so I'm very happy with that, and I'm not really gonna complain too much. I do have to say, in this specific screening, the room was actually really warm, and obviously I know that's not part of the actual movie review, but what I'm trying to say is this film kept me so interested and kind of intrigued that even though the screening was not ideal, I wanted to stay because I wanted to watch the film, and it kept me there pretty much. And, you know, I think that kind of just adds to it. You know, once you start watching it, you're intrigued, you want to know what happens, and I think the film really did good with that, to be fair. So hey, good job. Let's talk about the visuals. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, no, the visuals was very good, in all fairness, and obviously I know this is trying to cater towards, like, I don't want to say like an older target audience, but I mean, this is, you know, based in like World War II kind of times, and I think with the visuals they kind of tried to stick with that in a way. A lot of the film was kind of in you know, black and white, which makes sense because, you know, we are talking about a World War II based film, and I think it's kind of like, it's just one of those kind of niche things, you know, a lot of people do it. But on top of that, but just visually, it did look good. Obviously, you know, in terms of the black and white colors in quite a lot of the scenes, yeah, very good. And then they use the kind of, you know, traditional colors for current, like, present time. So they use like the black and white screens for, you know, things that happened in the past, and then normal colors for what's currently happening, kind of thing. Kind of a spoiler, but one of the big explosions, a big explosion scene, very appealing, kind of appetizing as well. It was it looked amazing. It looked really, really good. You can definitely tell that it's CGI, you know, at least it looked like CGI anyway. Some part of it definitely looks CGI. So this film, I only watched it in like a normal screen and didn't watch it in 4DX or anything. But let's go on to would I recommend it? Absolutely, I would. But I'm only going to recommend that you watch it once. I think, to be honest, it is going to be like a one-time experience kind of thing. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's one of those films that you're probably only going to watch once. You're going to enjoy it, but you're only going to watch it once because there's not really much point in watching it a second time, at least in my opinion. So take that with a grain of salt. Of course, if you want to watch it a second time, go for it. No one's stopping you. But personally, me speaking, I'd only watch it once. But absolutely, go see the film because it's a fantastic film. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate all the support. I apologize for me swinging in my chair. It's just something that I do quite a lot. But yeah, hope everyone has a fantastic day. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Bye-bye.